everyone. I just wanted to include this video to add on to the practice videos just for anyone that couldn't have made it on practice on Sunday or just needed a refresher. For context, we are working on piece Jesus Shall Reign 157 in the United Methodist Hymnal, and the recordings shall be there for you, including all parts and then individual parts. I apologize, I've been kind of losing my voice in the upper range as of late. I've been regaining it. So if there's some like interesting cracks or like a little bit of hesitation, I apologize for that. Definitely focus on the piano as well for the note accuracy and whatnot. Excuse me. Main reason I am creating this video is that we were discussing on when to breathe together as an ensemble. And in general, we want to breathe whenever there is punctuation, which changes per each verse. Additionally, the first verse we'll be doing in unison, and then verses 2 through 5 will be split parts, partially because verse 1 has some weird, as we call it, phrasing issues. So in general, when we're singing the first phrase, or the first verse, excuse me, we're going to do something called stagger breathing, which is basically breathe when you need to, and that's a vague statement, so to give a little more parameters. The other way we kind of think about it how I've always been taught about it is that try to breathe when the person next to you is not. Try to avoid breathing on bar lines, which would be the start of a measure, or when there is supposed to be a held out note. For example, in the first verse, I'm going to sit back a little bit so I can do the soprano part. Jesus shall reign where the sun. You're gonna push through that note and does its successive journeys run. You would breathe after run because there is the semicolon, but you would push through the word sun because it has no punctuation. I did indeed breathe a bit so I could speak, but in general, you can see that we would push through that note into the next note without breathing. Whereas this changes on the second verse where it goes, to Jesus endless prayer be made, because of the comma, and endless praisers crown his head, because we have the semicolon once again. So this just check in that kind of scenario. Like, for example, verse 1, we would not breathe at sun, we'd push through. We would not breathe on the word tongue. However, we'd breathe on made, rains. Oh, I guess, and we also wouldn't breathe on bring. My apologies, I look like there were a comma there. But the general concept of that is you want to push through the phrase and the word to continue a continuous thought. That was a weird way of phrasing that. To complete a continuous thought, because it would make no sense if we were to say it. The fifth verse, for example, let every creature rise and bring honors. It would make more sense for it to be, let every creature rise and bring honors peculiar to our King. So it's a completion of the concept. That's when we push through. So if it helps to read out the words before you sing them, I highly recommend it. In general, I think that was the biggest notion of what we were working on, but it changes per verse. And if you have any issues with notes or would like, for example, I've done this in previous scenarios where I will do the soprano and alto lines in a recording. If you need that for any reason, please let me know and I can send those out. And I think that was any major notes. We will do this together on this coming Saturday. And I will create enlarged copies because I know that was a bit of an issue. I also know that you cannot see my eyes through this reflection. I apologize. But I will make enlarged copies of the music for everybody if they choose to use it or not. But yes, that is all. I will catch others up who were not with us last week about some of the other pieces that we'll be looking to do in the future and kind of my general pacing. But either way, I hope this helps. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. And see you soon. Bye!